Hello everyone, welcome in the new year, happy new year to everyone. Well, as I promised you before, this whole year 2023 we will speak only about Egyptian love, nothing more. I was preparing for it the last 2 months very much, so now is the time when we go to action, so get ready to it. This year will be simply in the name of love, so I hope you will enjoy the content with me. And if you need a love coaching, for sure I'm available here for you anytime. Just check the link below in the description or the comments and we can always solve your problem together. However, the last day of this year I actually had a client still, and it was such a beautiful woman. I swear I love her so much, but unfortunately she get really a very bad scammer, Egyptian scammer. The point is that even she was suspicious about some stuff of what happened in their stories, she wasn't able to put them together very well. And I actually will borrow a few examples of her story, which we are going to discuss even today and even the following days. So the information which I will provide you right now are from a true story, and I'm using it as an example that you see by yourself that it's happening all the time, even now, even in our year. Like, it's not made up story, it's really the reality. So pay attention and let's jump to the topic today.
For the first time of my life, I know who I am. My heart belongs to no one but Egypt. It's because of their poetry of life and freedom.
Today's topic will be: why are you paying for a date with Egyptian men? I see this so many times and I just can't understand why we as a woman we accept it. You know, if a man invites you on a date, any man, not just Egyptian right now, but any man invites you on a date, what's the expectation? That he will pay for you because he invited you. Mostly in our society it works, the one who invites, he pays. And even in my country, when we don't have, let's say, such a gentleman as here in Egypt we are used to, so even there, if they invite a girl for a dinner or date or lunch, whatever, they pay. Alright? Even in my culture we are a little bit different. We as a woman, we like to be very independent women, feministic women, and most of the time we offer that we will share the bill, we pay half by half, or even sometimes the woman take it, and it's alright in our society. But in Egypt this is kind of impossible. Let me tell you, if I decide to go out with my husband for a date, for a dinner, alright, we hang out to the restaurant, and if I decide to pay and someone will see me, a woman is paying for the dinner, whatever, so they will think about my husband very, very less, right? They will call him actually that he's not the man. You know, the Egyptians have such a standard that the man is responsible for the financial situation and he has to pay, he has to provide for the woman, and especially if he invites the woman somewhere. So it's really very, very impolite if he doesn't pay for you as a woman. So now you ask the right question: if this works in Egypt, why it doesn't work outside? Or why the Egyptian men, when they travel outside to any other country, why they are trying on you to pay it? This is the good question and one of the very first red flag. Let me tell you this way: if I go out on a date with Egyptian man in a foreign country and he doesn't pay for me, or worse, and what happened, he can show you the best date ever, he can make you feel like a princess, you have a perfect time, but at the end he'll ask you, oh, I forgot my wallet, can you pay for me this time? Or, oh, just pay for me now and I will repay you the money later on. You know, if he says something like this, never accept it. If it's me, if I'm in the situation, I will just stand up and walk away. First, it's not my problem, he doesn't have money. He is the one who invited me, so if he didn't check it before, what kind of man is it in the first place? Or if he really, for example, forgets, he will not wait till the end of the day to tell you this, or after the bill arrives, right? I don't say that something bad cannot happen, alright, it can happen, but for sure, if something happens, so he will tell you right away, but he will not wait till the end. So this is the very first red flag, that he will not take money from you. Right? He wanted to pay for him. This is really not acceptable with Egyptian men. Because let me tell you, if the Egyptian man really likes you or he's into you, interested about you, he will pay with such a pleasure and he will not accept from you any penny. Really not. So if he wants money from you, it means actually that you are his target. He doesn't like you, he's not interested about you, and he started his game how to take money from you. Now, it will up to you very much what boundaries you will set or how you will react in this situation. Let's say if you will fall for this trap and you're gonna pay, what do you think will happen? For sure he'll invite you for another date, right? And in the other date you will pay again and again and again. It will never stop, and it will not be about date only. He will ask you for more, he will ask you for gifts, he will ask you for travels even. He will then ask you even for money itself, with a lot of made up stories, like he can tell you he is very sick and he did money for his cure and so on. This topic we will still discuss later in other videos into the details, no worry about it, everything in the right time. So what will happen in the second case when you refuse to pay, okay? Do you think that you will lose him, you will look less in his eyes? Not at all. If he is a good man, a true man, you will be high valued woman in his eyes. Okay, if he is a scammer and you don't pay, for sure that's the case when he walk away. Or he will keep in touch with you for some other time. He will maybe still try some of his game, but later he will disappear. This I can promise you. He will not stay with you. So in both cases you win, right? If he's a good man, he will appreciate you and then he will continue with you for this point. And if he's a bad man, for sure you don't want to have a bad man in your life, so he walk away and it's luck for you at the end. So in this game you are the winner, you are not a loser. So at the end, I really can't figure out why so many women accept this condition and they are paying for the man. You know, even if it's alright in your society, in your country, it's simply not with Egyptian men. Simply don't do it with Egyptian men. As I told you before, Egyptian men really love to spoil the women if they are really interested in, alright? They treat them in this point like a baby, like a children, but it's beautiful indeed. They like to spoil them, to buy them anything they want, to really enjoy the time. So if you pay for them, actually they will not enjoy it. And if you think they will appreciate it that you pay for them as a woman, no, they will not at all. They will just think about themselves how, let's say, clever they are, that they tricked you and they took money from you, okay? But what I found out, really many women, we are very insecure because we don't want to be alone, we want to be with someone, so we just will do, let's say, anything to don't lose the man. But this is totally wrong. You really have to set up the boundaries since the very first meeting with the man, right? Because at the very first date you will show him who you are and how he can act with you. So if you make your standard very low, do you expect he will treat you nice or better next time? No way. Simply make your standards even before you go to the date, okay? Really think about what you want from man, how he should look and be and act and so on, and then see on the date. If he fit to what you want, then alright, continue. If he doesn't fit, no, leave him, better for you, and wait another time. Everything in our life has a timing indeed, and it's a perfect timing. Even you see it take too long and you are impatient, so it doesn't matter, but you have to believe that even the right man will come to your life in the right time. But let me maybe over this topic with this sentence, like, if the Egyptian man is not able to pay for you on the first date, do you think he can care about you in the future? Even let's say he will become your husband one day. Do you really think so? No, because as I told, you will show him on the first day who you are and what you need and how he will react with you. So the very first date, what you will do, he will keep with you all his life. So if you will make things easy on him, he will keep this all your life, through your life, right? But if you show him you have some standards which he cannot cross, you have some limits, he will accept it if he is really interested about you, right? But put in your mind, in the state of money, Egyptian man is always the provider. whatever you like it or not. But indeed, it's actually good for any woman if the man is the financial provider. Just don't let yourself to be fooled like, yeah, in Egypt they have this tradition, so it belongs only to Egypt, and once they travel they can change. No, Egyptians are not like that at all. Egyptians keep this tradition whenever they go over the world, alright? But they are just trying on the other people to see how they can use them, how they get the money from them. But if you will show them you know the traditions, you know how to deal with them, so they will go back to their original traditions and they will act upon it even with you. So as I told, it's just about you, what you will allow them and what not. So I hope, ladies, the next time you will go for a date with Egyptian men, you will never pay and you will let yourself to be treated as a real princess. That's the point. Also, don't forget to check our online course about Egyptian men if you need a quick brainstorming about Egyptian character, behavior, custom and so on. It's a full guide from A to Z about Egyptian men. So enjoy it and see you next time.